Google just dropped the Nano Banana update, and you have truly never seen anything like this before. You can fuse two photos together with one prompt ending in a studio-grade product image. You can edit finished static ads without Photoshop, or you can swap backgrounds, add props, all in seconds. And you can build multiple testing variations all from one image while keeping consistent product imagery. I'm Fraser, I run Fraser, an ad creative agency that helps D2C brands scale with powerful converting ad creative. Over 300 million in ad spend has been tracked against our creative, and today I'm here to show probably one of the coolest AI tools I've ever used. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can use this tool, how much the tool costs, and the results that you can get. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. So the first thing I want you to do is head over to Google AI Studio. Once you're there, you'll be greeted with the usual thing we've come to expect now from any AI tool, which is a big text box. Now, in order to access this brand new model, you'll notice, depending on when you view this, you might already see that you can try Nano Banana. I don't know why it's called that. It's so silly. But essentially, it's already in here. You don't need to turn anything on. You can just begin working straight away. I actually posted a tweet that went kind of viral the other day where I gave it an image of me and then I gave it an image of AG1 and I said, make this man hold this product. And it did just that. But since then, I have been playing about with this tool so much and I found some really cool use cases for anyone in paid media. So I think possibly one of the most simple cases is to use it to generate new product imagery. Product imagery can be really expensive and sometimes you don't get the results that you want straight away, or you want to change something, whatever that looks like. You can now use AI to do this. So what I'm going to do, I've literally just Googled one of our clients here, the black stuff. I'm going to copy this image here and I'm going to go back over to AI. So I'm going to paste in the image. You can just drag it off your desktop, whatever. And I'm just going to write a really simple prompt. Put this product on a bathroom cabinet in a clean, high key bathroom. Okay, cool. Let's fix my spelling and then we're just going to click run. Now, I think one of the most impressive things about this is how fast this currently is. I'm not sure whether it's going to get worse the more people use it or whether it's going to still be this incredible all the time, but look how fast that happened. That was real time, by the way. No editing there. That was completely real time. It took 10.9 seconds to generate this for us. And look at it. That looks incredible. Now, you may have already noticed the text on this isn't fantastic. I have noticed it to be very, very hit and miss with text. Sometimes it does it incredibly well, other times not so much. So for example, yesterday I was messing about with the same thing and I used a very similar prompt. I said, take this image and place the boxes inside a bathroom on a countertop, and this is what I got back. That time, this is way better. So can you see how it's really hit and miss? Just because you don't get great results the first time doesn't mean it's just not possible. Just keep on trying it, change your prompt a little bit, maybe find a better image. There's a lot of different things you can do. I think one thing which is really incredible about this tool is if you use a high quality image as a reference, then your eventual image is also going to be high quality, instead of what usually happens with ChatGPT particularly is it takes your image and then completely re-renders and rebuilds the entire thing. That doesn't seem to happen in this model. And remember, any nuances we can probably go back to Photoshop and change further down the line. So I can see some of the text is still kind of off on some of these boxes. This would be a quick like 5-minute Photoshop job. So there you go. First use case, we can use it to generate new product images that actually look like our product. Now, the next thing is I'm going to add something to an existing ad. So this is an ad that I've just added in here. It's for their raspberry and white chocolate bar. This is an existing ad, okay? So this is already running on their account, but let's say I wanted to make a different version of this and I didn't have the original file and I didn't take this photo. So I want to add some white chocolate chunks over here to go with the melted white chocolate and the raspberries. So let's do that. So I've inputted my my image here and I'm going to say add some white chocolate chunks next to the raspberries in this image. These YouTube videos really show you how absolutely dreadful I am at spelling. Okay, so really simple prompt, nothing crazy. I'm literally telling it exactly what I want. I press run again. It's incredibly quick and it's going to come up with a ready to run image. Are you ready for this? As I said that, it generated it. Let's have a look. So we click on it, everything is the exact same, and now we have our chunks of white chocolate. That's pretty damn cool if you ask me. They do look a little bit like cheese, I have to say. However, I'm sure we can figure that out. Let's re-roll the prompt and let's see if we can get something different. Let's change the chunks to pieces, I think. So I'm just going to edit this prompt and I'm going to rerun and it's going to do the exact same thing for us. And boom, it's done it. All we need to do is change the chunks to pieces and now we have a much more real looking image. And the important part here is all of the text is the exact same. How amazing is that? If you maybe shot this and you wanted to change it, maybe you wanted to add a variation, something like that later, well, you can do. You can do that super easily in 11.9 seconds. So I've got a couple more use cases for ad creative, but another one that I kind of found, and I was really impressed by this, is by using it to take your existing product images and then change them in some way, particularly if you have like a certain campaign image which you really want to get and maybe you don't have time to go out and grab it. Instead, you can just generate it. So for example, this t-shirt here, it's a tailor-made golf t-shirt. I want it to be in this style. Okay, so I'm going to take the t-shirt, I'm going to take the style image and I'm going to write a little prompt. Okay, so this one I'm actually referring to the image order. So I'm saying make the t-shirt in image 2 float in the air like it's been thrown like in image 1. And I'm going to hit go. Now this is, I tried this earlier and it did take a couple of prompts. So I'm excited to see now that I know what I learned from last time, seeing if I can nail it in one prompt. Okay, it didn't do it. In fact, it kind of just took the background and placed it there. It's a little bit strange. So let's carry on prompting and see what happens. Make it look like the t-shirt is floating mid-air like someone threw it. I'm going to press go on this and we're going to see if we get any better results. I have found like talking to the AI like this and making it make like adaptations live actually works pretty well with this model. I went for a sip of my tea and it's done. That's pretty incredible. Like if you wanted a collection of images like this, you could do that in a matter of seconds. That is pretty damn impressive. Let's go for another use case. Let's say you have a finished ad and you want to change the SKU which is inside the ad. Maybe your designer is on holiday, maybe you don't have the original files anymore. Whatever that situation is, this Google AI can help. So here is the first one, okay? So we have this ad here from one of our clients, Foldy, and I want to put this yellow SKU on this ad. Okay, so it's a little bit complicated, this one. As you can see, it's got, you know, there's some stuff like overlaying. There's quite a lot of text there. Let's see what happens. So we are going to import the original like ad. Then we're going to import the new SKU here and we're going to write a little prompt. Again, we're referencing the images. We're telling the AI exactly what we want here. Replace the pink bag in image 1 with the yellow bag in image 2. Super simple prompt, nothing crazy, and we're going to press run. Let's see what happens. I'm expecting this one to potentially take a little bit longer because there's a lot more going on in the image. Let's have a look. Oh my goodness. It baffles me every single time. Look, the free shipping stamp's still there. The shadow's still there. It's taken the bag. The badge is a little bit off, but it will be super easy to correct that in Photoshop. It's done. Like it is the same image, but with a yellow bag. Does this not blow your mind? Please let me know in the comments if you can think of any other use cases for this, because I've got one final one to show you. Now, currently, this model is completely free of charge. This is the real crazy part, okay? It is completely free. You can go ahead to Google AI Studio right now as I film this, and you can try it for free. You don't need any paid Google account, nothing. You can just log on and start to use it. So it really does open the doors for so many different opportunities. So one more final example here, because this is probably the one that impressed me the most. So I have this ad here. Okay, this is for the black stuff, one of our clients, and you can see here, he's holding this deodorant, like he's holding it. It's like a fairly low res UGC image. And you can see here, Irish Mountain Rain. That is the SKU, okay? Now, what would happen if I wanted to try and change it to the other SKU, Black Stout? This alone is a very difficult Photoshop job. As someone that has done a lot of Photoshop stuff, this is a hard Photoshop job. Not only do you have to match the resolution, you have to match the angle, cut around the finger. it's difficult. Let's see if AI can do it. Okay, so I'm going to go and import these images. So I'm going to take the first ad and I'm going to go and take the image and I'm going to just pop in this prompt, change the products in the first image to the products in the second image. And I'm going to click go and see what happens. Again, really hit and miss. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I have tried out all of these prompts before and I've got really good results, but then I've also got really bad results. Let's see what this one is. So this is so weird, okay? Because look, this looks like trash. I'm not going to lie. Okay, like it's done an all right job. It's not done too bad. This exact prompt I ran yesterday, and look how different the results are. Okay, look, you can see it's the same image. Okay, I've got this first image here. I've got the black stout image, same prompt. Look how incredible this version is. The difference between the two is massive. And this is the main problem with most AI tools. They're so inconsistent that you can never fully rely on them currently. If I wanted to fire all my graphic designers and just use this, I might spend even more time prompting than my designer would to make from scratch. So I just want you to be aware about that before going in full on with these tools. And another thing that you also really need to be aware of right now is how to legally use these tools. Because I know the first thing you're thinking, amazing, I can make Taylor Swift hold my product and endorse me. Well, no, you can't, because that's breaking so many laws. But I'm pretty sure that our feeds will be flooded with images just like that because of how well this model works. But you need to make sure that you're on the right side of history when it comes to AI tools like this. Do you really want to scam people? Do you really want people not to trust you in the future by trying to make a couple of quid? So make sure that if you are going to use these tools, that you use them correctly and legally. There are so many other use cases for how we can use Nano Banana now within our ad creative, and I'd love to hear what you think. So feel free to leave a comment down below. And while you're down there, also hit subscribe. And if you want someone to take care of this entire ad creative process for you, I would love to have a chat with you. If you happen to be spending over 70,000 on ad creative, scan the QR code on the screen or click the link down below to apply. But until next time, thanks very much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one.